Hello, dangal greetings everyone. My name is Kenneth M. Victoria and I'm here to have a brief use video of my point of sale system. So this is how my system looks like in the first startup, which is the login form. So in my system I have two type of user roles, which is the admin and client. So if I tries to log in using a client account, this is will be the navigated form. So the user will be navigated here in the point of sale system, where is the client is accessing three forms, which is inventory monitoring, sales monitoring, and the point of sale system. So as expected to have a requirements, we have assigned here that every success process of adding or creating an order, placing an order, will deduct the item from the inventory monitoring and also records the sales in the sales monitoring. So as you can see, it's all blank, and inventory monitoring is still on 100 per item. So let's try to order. So I want to order 50 winter melon, 50 choco hazelnut, and 50 Okinawa. So this is will be look like in the cart table, and when we're going to create the receipt, it says receipt created successfully. And when we go to the sales monitoring and tries to render from December 1 to December 2, it will appear the items that is being saved from sales table and previewing it or displaying it on the data grid view sales. All of the items that is being sold with that transaction will be listed here. And since the winter melon, Okinawa, and choco hazelnut has deducted 50 per item, when we go to the inventory monitoring, it's supposed to deduct 50 for the three items. So as you can see, the requirement has been met. So we're going back to the login form to access the admin panel. So as you can see, all the listed item was viewable in here, which is the transaction that has been made a while ago, which is the three items with 50 quantities per each sold. And as you can see, the 500 inventory becomes 350 because it minus or deducts 150 items. So and the total sales is 3. So since the sales per item is a 3 entry, the revenue is 5,250, and that's all. So next is when we deliver an item, we want to fill up again choco hazelnut, Okinawa, and winter melon to go back. So once we deliver it should record the delivery and Okinawa and the winter melon. Now it records the delivery process. It should go back, when we go back to the main menu, it should go back the inventory to the quantity of 500. So as you can see, the inventory is already back to 500 since we restock. So when we go to the inventory monitoring, you can see all the items back to old state since we access the delivery process. So now we will check the inventory. So or the sales monitoring, as you can see, items can be listed here from the date by date. So when we go back or tries to have a range of from 4 to 3, it should display nothing since there's no transaction or sales made from that range of date. So it depends on the range of the date, so to display a specific sales on the data grid view sales. So let's go back to the client interface. You can see, let's go back twice to 1 in here, 2 in here, 3 in here, 4 in here, and 5 in here. This is to allow me to preview the inventory that it should display from least to highest, so to prioritize the display that all items with lower quantity will be displayed at the top area. So let's proceed on creating the receipt. As you can see, it's updated, and it also sorted in here, not applicably sorted, it's just displaying the deduction. So go back to inventory, and in inventory, as you can see, this is the requirement that is needed in the inventory form, which is sorting the item from least to highest. So when we go to sales monitoring and it tries to update it, as you can see, all the updated or the ordered latest will be shown in the sales monitoring. So the last requirement that I'm gonna do is from the database. So let's go back to the database. So as you can see, if you go back to the database, it should go back on the state of 100 each item, and the sales record will be disappeared since it will go back to its old state. So let's go. So as you can see, this is the items, then the sold items, listed everything from the data analytics main interface of admin panel. So we want to restore that. This is the example of my old backup file, which is we're going to restore that data, so the system will use it as the present data in my system. Let's wait for a while, and the database restored successfully. Once we go to the interfaces, which is we're gonna go to the delivery, as you can see, all that will be listed there. Go to the inventory. As you can see, inventory go back on its old state, and sales monitoring also back to its old state. As you can see, let's try to as you can see, all whatever I filter it, there's no more records to it. So let's go back again. And that's all. That is all that being used for. So that is how I use my system, or how I made my system, from providing all the requirements needed. And that's all. Thank you.